Have you ever wondered why, no matter how hard you try, your life seems to circle back to the same pain, the same betrayals, the same invisible wounds? What if I told you that the answer isn't just about what you do, but about who you allow to stand beside you? Here's a shocking truth. According to a study published in the journal Social, Psychological, and Personality Science, the people you surround yourself with can literally predict your happiness, your success, and even your lifespan. But what if some of those people are quietly poisoning your soul? What if the very ones you trust are the architects of your suffering? If you click away now, you might never see the invisible chains that bind you. But if you stay, you'll discover the 7 types of people you must cut out of your life right now, if you ever want to be free. This isn't just another list. This is a journey into the shadow, into the hidden corners of your psyche, guided by the wisdom of Carl Jung, Freud, Adler, Maslow, and Frankl. Because the truth is, the people you keep are the mirrors of your unconscious. They are the living symbols of your deepest fears, your unhealed wounds, and your secret hopes. And until you see them for what they are, you will keep reliving the same story over and over again. Let's begin with the competitor. On the surface, they seem like your friend, your ally, maybe even your biggest supporter. But underneath, they are locked in a silent war with you. Every success you achieve is a threat to their fragile ego. Every joy you experience is a reminder of their own emptiness. Jung called this the shadow projection, the parts of ourselves we cannot accept, so we project them onto others. The competitor is not just competing with you, they are at war with their own shadow. And as long as you keep them close, you will never feel safe to shine. You will always feel the need to shrink, to apologize for your light. Ask yourself, how many times have you dimmed your brilliance to make someone else comfortable? How many times have you felt guilty for your own happiness? The competitor will never celebrate you. They will only tolerate you until you outshine them. Then there is the user, the one who only calls when they need something, the one who drains your energy, your time, your resources, and gives nothing in return. Freud would call this a narcissistic supply. You are not a person to them, but a means to an end. The user is a master of disguise. They know how to make you feel needed, important, indispensable. But the moment you have nothing left to give, they vanish. And you are left empty, wondering if you ever mattered at all. The user teaches you a brutal lesson. Love is not a transaction. Your worth is not measured by what you can provide, but as long as you keep the user in your life, you will always feel like you are not enough, unless you are giving, sacrificing, bleeding for someone else. Next comes the blamer, the one who never takes responsibility, the one who turns every mistake, every failure, every disappointment into your fault. Adler believed that the need to blame others is rooted in deep feelings of inferiority. The blamer cannot face their own flaws, so they make you the scapegoat. They rewrite reality to protect their fragile self-image. But here's the cost. If you let the blamer stay, you will start to doubt your own reality. You will question your own memory, your own judgment, your own sanity. This is not just toxic, it is soul-destroying. The blamer is a thief of your self-trust. And then the complainer. The one who finds a problem for every solution. The one who sees the world through a lens of perpetual victimhood. Maslow would say that the complainer is stuck at the bottom of the hierarchy of needs, trapped in fear, unable to see possibility. The complainer is addicted to their own misery. They will drag you down into the pit with them, convincing you that hope is naive, that dreams are foolish, that nothing ever changes. But here's the truth. The complainer is terrified of change, because change means responsibility, and responsibility means power. If you let the complainer stay, you will start to see the world as they do, a place of scarcity, of danger, of endless disappointment. But the most dangerous of all is the abuser, the one who wounds you, not just with words or fists, but with silence, with neglect, with manipulation. The abuser is a master of psychological warfare. They know how to make you doubt your own worth, your own reality, your own right to exist. Viktor Frankl, who survived the horrors of the concentration camps, wrote that the last of human freedoms is the ability to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. But the abuser tries to steal even that. They want to break your spirit, to make you believe that you are powerless, that you are nothing. If you let the abuser stay, you will lose yourself. You will become a ghost in your own life. The manipulator is subtler. They don't attack you directly. They twist reality, play mind games, use guilt, fear, and obligation to control you. Erich Fromm called this emotional vampirism. The manipulator feeds on your confusion, your self-doubt, your need for approval. They are experts at making you feel responsible for their happiness, their pain, their choices. But here's the secret. The manipulator is terrified of being seen, because if you see them clearly, their power vanishes. If you let the manipulator stay, you will always feel like you are walking on eggshells, never sure what is real, never sure who you are. And finally, the hypocrite, the one who preaches virtue but practices vice, the one who demands loyalty but betrays you in secret. The hypocrite is the embodiment of Jung's persona, the mask we wear to hide our true selves. The hypocrite is not just lying to you, they are lying to themselves. But their lies are contagious. If you let the hypocrite stay, you will start to doubt the very meaning of truth, of integrity, of trust. You will start to believe that everyone is wearing a mask, that nothing is real. So why do we keep these people in our lives? Why do we tolerate the pain, the betrayal, the slow erosion of our spirit? Jung would say it is because we are afraid to face our own shadow. We are afraid to be alone with ourselves. We would rather endure the familiar pain than risk the unknown. But here's the paradox. The moment you cut these people out, you begin to heal. You begin to reclaim your power, your voice, your life. Have you ever felt like you're living someone else's story? Like your life is being written by the people around you instead of by your own hand? Why does nobody talk about the cost of loyalty to the wrong people? Why do we glorify forgiveness but never talk about the courage it takes to walk away? The truth is, cutting people out is not an act of cruelty. It is an act of self-respect. It is the ultimate declaration. I am worthy of love, of respect, of peace. But here's the hardest part. When you cut these people out, you will feel pain. You will feel guilt, fear, even grief. Because you are not just losing a person, you are losing a part of your old self. The self that tolerated abuse, that accepted crumbs, that believed it was unworthy. But on the other side of that pain is freedom. On the other side is the life you were meant to live. Frankl wrote that, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. The 7 people you need to cut out are not just obstacles, they are invitations. Invitations to grow, to heal, to become who you truly are. Every time you say no to the competitor, the user, the blamer, the complainer, the abuser, the manipulator, and the hypocrite, you are saying yes to yourself. You are choosing to write your own story. So I ask you, who in your life fits these patterns? Who have you been making excuses for out of fear, out of habit, out of hope that they will change? What would your life look like if you finally let them go? Imagine the space you would create for joy, for creativity, for real connection. Imagine the person you could become if you were no longer weighed down by the pain of others. If you've made it this far, I want to know who truly understood the message. Leave the phrase, "I choose my own story," in the comments, and let's see how many of you really grasp what it means to reclaim your life and your power. If this video made you question something, if it made you see things from a different angle, like and subscribe, because this is just the beginning. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, the people you walk with shape the path you walk. Choose wisely, for your soul is at stake.